Hey, what's up everybody? Bit of a different video than my usual hive inspection videos from the bee yard at Cole's farm. Anyway, making the drive down to Hampstead to pick up a few hives from a gentleman that is relocating outside the area. He's been keeping bees for a few years, but since he's moving, he's decided to get out of beekeeping and was kind enough to reach out to me and ask me if I wanted to adopt his hives. So picked up this U-Haul rental truck, making the 30-minute drive down to his place to pick up the hives, and he has some equipment as well, which is super nice. I actually headed down to his place Friday night to close up the entrances and ratchet strap the hive boxes together just to do some prep work to make pickup day a little quicker. I was hoping to pick up the hives yesterday because the weather was actually pretty darn nice, but U-Haul did not have a truck available, so I had to postpone my plans from yesterday to today. And unfortunately, we had some rain move in, and with the rain in eastern North Carolina in December, that also brings the cold. So I say all that because yesterday was in the 70s. It was a great day, and if I had the truck, I could have picked them up, brought them back to my place, inspected them, and it would have been a pretty good day. Not that it's going to be a bad day, but I had to basically adjust some of my plans on the fly, so I had to wait till today to get the truck. Like I said, the weather moved in, and it is now in the 50s, slightly raining still. It's been raining all day. I think we have like 1.5 inches at the house, and windy, so not ideal by any means to inspect a colony. So I'm gonna have to postpone those plans until next weekend. If the WeatherBug app is accurate, which it typically is, the weather should be back in the 70s. So I will easily be able to get into the hives, inspect them, and just do an overall first inspection, first look, quick assessment, and provide any resources to them if they need any. He said they have the Apivar strips in the hives, which is great. A little past due, if my memory serves me correctly, you leave Apivar strips in for 45 days. He hasn't been in the hives in about a month because, you know, life happens. So the Apivar strips are definitely due to be removed. So that's one of the first things I'll take care of. And then, like I said, just an overall assessment, first inspection of the colonies. Anyway, just wanted to share a quick video with y'all, let you know what I'm up to, and just making the drive down to Hampstead to pick up some hives. It's got a beehive right there. This is my kind of neighborhood. All right, got the hives picked up and loaded up, and I am on the way back to the house from Hampstead. Real nice gentleman, Jim, owner and operator of Hampstead Honey. Like I said, been keeping bees for a few years, and just decided to get out of beekeeping for a little bit just because he's relocating outside of the area in the near future. But there you go. Got 2 hives in the back, single deeps with a medium box on top. Each hive had some pretty nice weight to it, so that's reassuring that they have a nice amount of bees and or food stores. He said he did feed them, however it's been probably pushing 2 months, give or take. He did confirm they have Apivar strips in, which are about 2 weeks past the 45-day mark, but to my knowledge, I don't think that causes any negative effects. It's just something that I have to keep in mind and know to remove this coming weekend when I finally get into them, based off what the weather looks like. Surprisingly, as we were talking for a little bit after getting the hives loaded up, there were a few bees buzzing the entrances. My suspicion is they got trapped out from Friday night when I closed up the entrances, so if that is the case, that's pretty impressive. They have survived and seem to be doing just fine, considering it is much colder than you would typically find any honeybees in eastern North Carolina flying. Just another quick look at the hives and the equipment. Got some extra boxes, some deep boxes, got a spacer. What else we got back there? Queen excluder, a whole bunch of stuff. So extremely nice. I am very thankful that he reached out to me and thought of me to adopt his hives and basically just, you know, accept some of his equipment. So Jim, if you're watching this, hey, I appreciate it, and I wish you all the best with whatever your family's got going on or coming up, and wherever you end up landing, whether that's South Carolina, Florida, wherever you decide to relocate to, I really wish you all the best. It was nice meeting you, and I kind of wish we met a while ago. May have swapped some stories, and could have came up to my yard and helped me with my bees, and I could have came down to yours and helped you with. Nonetheless, thank you. Just wanted to say it again. I am very thankful and appreciative that you thought of me to adopt your hives and accept some of your equipment. So again, thanks for thinking of us. All right, check out the rest of the video. I'll be home here in a little bit, get the hives moved into my yard, free the bees, basically open up the entrances, and I'll get into them this weekend. All right, successfully made it back to my place, and you know where they're going. About to do some heavy lifting. So let me get them situated, and we'll open up the entrances and see what that looks like here in a second. All right, as you can see, got the hives off the truck. It's just after 5 o'clock, and the sun is pretty much set because it's been overcast all day. Let's get the tape off. That's what I was saying in an intro. He has the entrance reducers on, so I just needed to use a pretty small piece of foam, which is good because I don't have my jacket or veil on. So I'm just gonna pop this foam and be prepared to move. All right, I don't know if you saw that, but yeah, they're coming out. I'm just gonna step back because I do not know their temperament. All right, cool. They're gonna make a few cleansing flights. I'll let them get settled in. And like I was saying earlier, I will inspect them this weekend when the temperature is a lot warmer than it currently is right now. It's good to see that they're flying and there's some activity. Here we are 3 days later. It's just about 1 in the afternoon and warmer than it has been. The backyard temperature gauge said about 55 degrees. So as you can see, the left hive has some activity, but definitely not as strong as the right hive. Like I was initially saying, the weather this weekend will be the warmest out of the entire week. It'll be in the mid to high 60s, if not in the 70s. So I definitely plan on inspecting the colonies this weekend when the weather is the best. But this location is pretty good as they're getting some direct sun on the front entrances. Nice to see good activity. I wish the left hive had as much activity as the right, but that's just how beekeeping goes. Hey, what's up everybody? Just wanted to make a quick update. So it is now 48 hours since the last video clip I shot, and the bees have now been in this location for 5 days. It's been pretty cold at night, into the 20s, so definitely freezing weather. However, it is in the mid 60s right now, a bit windy, but this bee yard location has some pretty nice surrounding trees and shrubs that provide a really good windbreak. So considering the hives have been here for 5 days and the weather is starting to warm up, as you can see, there is a noticeable difference between the two. The hive on the left here with the green ratchet strap, it's not looking so good in comparison to the hive on the right with the red ratchet strap, which has very nice activity. I'm gonna give them about 2 more days, so they will be here for a full week until I inspect them, but judging by the entrance activity, it's not looking so good for the hive on the left here. It looks like I may have been mistaken. This is 24 hours since the last video clip. It is 76 degrees, and perhaps that is exactly what the colony on the left needed. with the green ratchet strap to break the cluster, because it looks like they are extremely active, way more active than I have seen in the last week. So I do have high hopes for them. The plan is still to give them another day, and I will get into them tomorrow to inspect them. But again, this does give me some hope that the colony is alive. Or the only other possibility is the colony on the right with the red ratchet strap is currently robbing them out, but that does not necessarily look like robbing activity to me. I have been mistaken before, so I'm gonna give it another day and we'll find out. Well, if you can't tell from my attire, I'm about to get into the 2 hives from Hampstead Honey for the first time, conduct an initial inspection, remove the apivar strips, just an overall assessment of the colony's health. I'm gonna make a split for a gentleman that's interested in getting into beekeeping. He lives over in Maysville, and then move some equipment into my boxes, and eventually later this week, maybe tomorrow or the day after, move one of the hives over to Warden's Farm. Nice gentleman. Check out Paul's channel. It's Warden's Farm NC. I'll link them in this video as well. But really nice gentleman, retired Marine, retired North Carolina wildlife officer, been beekeeping for quite a few years and helping me out in a time of need to keep my beekeeping operation alive. All right, so here we go. Enough of me yapping. Let's get into the hives and see how they're looking. All right, just removed the medium box and set it aside on top of an empty deep. First look at the deep box, and that is a nice size colony. There's the apivar strips Jim mentioned, so I'll remove those once I get to them. But yeah, about to get into the deep here and see how the colony's looking. Hopefully between the center frames there, the center 4 to 5 frames, find some very nice brood. That's what I would really like to see. All right, I am in the middle of the deep box. This is actually the 5th frame, and check out that brood pattern. Some nice capped honey up at the top there, surrounded by nectar on the left and just below it. But look at that brood, look at that larva. Let's see if we can pick up on any eggs. If the camera can focus. I don't see any just yet. I don't have any doubt there are some eggs in there, but that is a nice center frame. Nice looking hive, Jim. This was the hive closer to the house. So yeah, judging by the activity over the last week, I was not surprised to find some nice brood frames like this one. So that's 5. This is frame 4. This is where you had the apivar strip, I believe. Yeah, nice looking frames. Oh, nothing going on here. Just your usual hive inspection, splits, transfer, chaos. Got bees everywhere today. About to wrap things up. I definitely feel rusty, that's for sure. It's amazing when you don't spend time in your bees in a few months. This is going to be a full hive. They will build and fill out this 10 frame in no time. Just wanted to shoot a quick update. It's been 3 hours since I finished consolidating the 2 colonies into the 1. And as you can see, a whole lot less bees on the 2 yellow deep boxes there. However, pretty good amount on the deep box right there in the middle of the screen. That's propped up onto the dark wood Hoover Hives box. I'm gonna give them the rest of the night into tomorrow afternoon and see how many bees have made their way into their new home. I may have to shake the rest of the bees off of the deep there into their new home, but the plan is to close up the Hoover Hive entrance tomorrow evening after sunset.